everybody, this is Ruth Medd from Women on Boards with my vacancies review for June 2023. I hope you're all well and enjoying either winter, summer or whatever. This week, I thought I'd talk about some of the people who are regular posters on the WOB Jobs Board. Some of these people have been posting for a number of years, and it's interesting to know what the sort of flow of vacancies is. For example, if you currently don't think you're ready to apply for a board, but you will be in future, it's a good idea to keep track of some of these regular posters to have a feel for what might be coming up next year or the year after. So I've got three categories. I've got headhunters, I've got sport and not-for-profits, and then I've got government campaigns. So there are three sectors that have regular posters that I draw your attention to. So first up is the headhunters, and I've picked three only. There's more, but these are vacancies that are on the jobs board at the moment. So Chapman Executive in Tasmania. Lynn Chapman runs a small executive search firm there in Tasmania, and she's a very regular poster on the WOB website. And remember, Tasmania often will take people from other states, in particular Victoria, onto their boards. So that's quite a relevant headhunter for you to consider. So at the moment, we've got 30655, Bank of Us. And that's a paid role. It closes on the 21st of June and is a bank of sorts. It's really a converted credit union, I think. And we'll be looking for the regular sorts of skills in the financial sector, which typically are understanding the financial services sector, marketing, and IT transformations, which is becoming increasingly popular. So the second one from Chapman Executive is 30629. This is Keystone Tasmania. This is the organisation that administers the Building and Construction Industry Training Fund, a bit specialised. They are looking for people who know something about building and trades, but also stakeholder engagement, governance and leadership. So that's two from Chapman Executive. Next up, Headhunter Consulting in South Australia. They're a very regular poster. There's one up from them at the moment, 30677, Connecting Foster and Kinship Careers SA Incorporated. They're offering expenses, closes on the 30th of June, and this is the body that represents foster and kinship carers across South Australia. Very worthy organisation. You might want to consider this. They're paying expenses only, but don't let that deter you. And they're looking for stakeholder engagement, governance, social care, services, sector understanding and strategy. So that's Headhunter Consulting. Next up, we have the oddly named, in my view at least, Odgers Bernston. This is Tom Much, who was one of our guest recruiters on the Meet the Headhunters session last year, a very capable gentleman. And he's looking after the CPA Australia recruitment exercise for this year. Closes on the 19th of June, so you need to be pretty quick. And there are 4 vacancies. Now, whether they fill 4 or not, I'm not sure. I had a look at the directors of CPA Australia, and they're a very diverse lot. So think about it if you're interested in CPA activities. It's a very, very large industry association. Most of the people on the board are in fact CPAs, but not all of them. So they're looking for a variety of skills across human resources, digital transformation, customer journeys, business transformation, and sustainability ESG. So that's not a skill set that all the directors have to have. So there's 4 vacancies. So have a look at those. Next up, sport and not-for-profits. We get lots and lots of sport and not-for-profit postings. So I've got 3 for your consideration today. 30663 is My Care Victoria. They're paying expenses and it closes on the 31st of July, although I did suggest to them that's a bit of a long way off, but they haven't pulled back the close date yet. They may do that. They've posted with us previously and we're very happy with the results they got. So if you're interested in an organisation that works with new migrants and provides these new migrants with meaningful skills and connections. This might be something for you. They've got 2 vacancies. The first is someone with accounting qualifications, and the second is someone with legal qualifications. So 2 vacancies there, MyCare Victoria. Next up, 30671, Athletics Australia. Closes on the 4th of July. They pay expenses, but you have to understand expenses for a sporting body might well be you get to go to the Olympics, possibly economy class, but nevertheless. They've got 2 vacancies at the moment. They're looking for business acumen, digital marketing, digital technology, strategy, and of course, an appreciation of sport. There's not much point joining the board of a sporting body if you have no interest in sport, and they're unlikely to appoint you. So sporting enthusiasts of WOB, of which there are hordes of us, please consider Athletics Australia. Next up, I've got Golf Australia. Now, they're a fairly regular poster as well, and a lot of you will have noticed the comings and goings in the golf world of late. This is 30668, closes on the 30th of June. They're looking for a board chair, and they're offering expenses. My tip for this one would be to make good inquiries as to what the expenses involve. It could be trips all over the place, or it might not. And you would think that golf is on the up as regards money into the sport, because the last conversation I had with somebody on the board of Golf Australia suggested finances are a bit tight, but I suspect they may have improved a little of late. They're looking for governance, sport and strategy, but somebody who's willing to be the chair. Also, a past poster is 30661 and 30660, Calisthenics Victoria. Now, don't laugh, because I have done in the past, I'm sorry to say, but I'm not laughing anymore. They've got 2 vacancies and they're paying their directors. Closes on the 16th of June, but being a state-based sporting body, if you don't make it by the 16th of June, I suspect they'll probably accept late applications. But give them a ring and say you'd like to apply and see how you get on. They've got the first vacancy is for somebody with governance, digital technology, strategy and law, or an understanding of the legal system. And the second vacancy is for accounting, commerce and economics, governance and sport. So there are 2 vacancies on Calisthenics Victoria, and they are very regular posters on the WOB website. Think about it. If you're what I would call a smaller, not so well-known sport, then the WOB Jobs Board is a great place to get advertising for your activities as a byline to, in fact, looking for new directors. So that's my 4 not-for-profit and sport boards that have posted regularly, got good results from us, and are using us again. Next up, my final category is government campaigns. Those of you who come to any of the workshops where we talk about government boards will have heard me wax lyrical about the fact that states, Victoria, New South Wales, Queensland in particular, offer regular campaigns to fill vacancies across a number of boards. So they do it as a job lot, essentially. So 30675 is the Victorian Sport, Tourism and Events Entity Boards. These are obviously paid roles. There's 10 entities, including such things as the Melbourne Cricket Ground, Events Victoria, etc. So have a look at them. Closes on the 2nd of July. And across the 10 vacancies, they're looking for a very wide variety of business, event management and tourism skills. So look at them and select which one you might fancy. And on that note, Victoria runs a range of what I call campaigns over the year. There's usually a call for directors of hospitals and associated health boards. That appears once a year, typically. Then there's health administration boards. And finally, my old favourite, the old cemetery trusts. They advertise regularly also, and they come in a batch lot. So keep an eye out for those. Also, New South Wales and Queensland run government campaigns for, once again, health, energy bodies, etc. So keep a lookout for those. And if you apply and don't get anywhere, stick at it for a year or two, because these things often take a while for you to get up the lists as they work towards refreshing their board directorships. Okay, so that's the categories for today. Headhunters who post regularly, sport and not-for-profit boards that post regularly, and government campaigns that post regularly. So Ruth's tip for June is your CV board ready? How many times do I need to say this, everybody? If you don't have a board-ready CV, you really don't understand what your selling proposition is when you want to put your hand up for a board, and you're really starting from scratch. And with 3 days before the closing date is not a good position to be in. So, like good girl guides, be prepared. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed this session. It's a little bit different this time. It was all about regular posters, and I'll be back in a few weeks' time, and enjoy yourselves in the meantime, and please apply for some vacancies. Thank you very much.